Hey everyone, we visited the RSO Fair at the start of this year to interview students about voter engagement. We interviewed a lot of students and would like to share all the ideas they had. Check it out and remember to vote.
Yeah, I think it's just hard for young people to understand how important their voice is. I think if there were more opportunities for them to kind of see how they can shape things at a local level, then maybe they can see, this can have a larger impact. And with more exposure like that, I think they'll understand that it is important to vote.
I think a lot of people are, I'm going to say, a little bit lazy trying to figure it out. Like, for me, I am from Virginia, and I had to figure out, like, my first year here, how to get an absentee ballot and how to get signed up for all that. And there was a lot of effort to figure out how to get my ballot shipped here. But it's like, I think a lot of people are just really busy.
I feel like it's just scary. It might be like there's so much information and misinformation going about, and it just feels like it's not our place to vote because we feel like it might not matter at the end of the day.
I think it's the fact that they feel like they won't be able to make a change even if they do vote, so it kind of demotivates them. So yeah.
Yeah, and they just don't think their voice matters, and they're not fully adults yet, so maybe they just don't think that they should go out and vote.
A lack of power, or a feeling of lack of power. They believe that what they do does not matter, and therefore, why bother? It's basically the stagnation of the powerless, if you will.
Our voices are really not heard as much as they should be, and I think as students, it's really important to set up a good future for ourselves.
Voting's important to me because if we want to get the changes we want in society, you got to go out and vote. Just sitting there and complaining about it isn't going to do anything. You got to go out and do it yourself. It's a big contribution to society, no matter your opinions, conservative, liberal, independent. When you go out and vote, you're making a huge impact on not only your city, you're doing it to your state, you're doing it to your country and the world.
Voting is important to me because I want to share my voice, and a lot of elections are very close, so even one vote actually really matters a lot.
Yeah, as an international student, I can't vote, but I think voting is really important because you get to influence the issues that you care about. You get to choose your representatives.
Voting is important to me because it's a way to make my voice heard in politics and government. It's a way to make my voice heard on specific social issues that I care about and are relevant to me and the communities that I'm a part of.
Yeah, I feel like we elect our own representatives, so to have actual say in government, we need to focus on who we're voting on and make sure that they align to our values and what we value in as a person.
I think if you vote, then you have the chance to make your community better. With whoever you voted for, they could help your community and make it safer for people, have better education systems, and provide financial aid for people in need.
I think especially when it comes to education, especially tuition rates and kind of resources we have on campus, I think voting would really help with that.
I think it definitely can. I think, especially in Washington, I've only been here for a year, but students here generally are pretty politically active. So just when people talk about voting or when people discuss politics here, I feel like it's oftentimes a productive conversation. We can have discussions with people from different majors and different walks of life who kind of believe different things and eventually get to a consensus. And when you kind of have, voting as sort of a jumping off point to discuss that conversation, it can be useful. So, yeah.
Yeah, adding on to that, I think you can definitely change your mind. I know I've had a lot of conversations where I've changed my beliefs on something because someone else has convinced me. So I think, having those productive conversations are really important to have in our own communities or on our own campus to make a change.
Voting has a big impact on the community at UW just because of some of the legislation as well as how our education system works as a whole. So I think really making our opinions heard as students is super important. So I would really encourage everyone to get out there and vote this November as well as in future elections.
Do you know how you can vote in Washington State?
I have no clue.
And are you registered to vote?
I am registered to vote, yes.
And do you know how to vote at the University of Washington?
At the university, no.
And do you know how to vote on campus?
No, honestly.
And are you registered to vote in Washington State?
I am registered.
And are you registered to vote in Washington State?
Have been since I was legally able to.
And do you know where the voting booths are?
Not in UW specifically.
And are you registered to vote?
I am registered to vote.
And do you know how to vote on campus?
I think I know.
And do you two know where the ballot box is on campus?
I'm not actually sure where the ballot boxes are.
And are you two registered to vote?
Yeah.
I'm not right now.
And do you know how to register to vote?
I'm not sure. Could you tell me a little bit about it?